So if you're pouring into that asset and you're investing in that asset, then that creates a more solid infrastructure that allows your legacy to really exist. A lot of people that follow that culture of selfishness, and I know that that doctor was using the word selfish to define Cam. I'm not going to use that term. But if you think about it, a lot of the culture that is pushed is a very selfish culture where it's like it's all about me as a man seeking pleasure and being comfortable and being happy, me as a woman seeking pleasure and being comfortable, being happy. And we don't even really factor things like children into the equation because we see children as like this, they like that, children will disrupt your swag, children will take away from your freedom, children will take away resources and all that. And so you see children as an expense, you see them as a liability, as opposed to seeing them as what they are, which is the ultimate asset. But the thing about this asset is it's like a big empty bucket, and it's a giant bucket, and you got to pour into the bucket. If the bucket is empty, then yeah, an empty bucket is going to take up space. But if you pour into that bucket, that can really, really, really do amazing things for your legacy, especially when you get, say, 50s and 60s and 70s, and you're tired and you've worked your whole life, you busted your ass your whole life to just be the best, to be skilled, and to be successful. And if you haven't really poured into a bucket at some point in your life, then everything that you've built, everything that you've done your whole life is going to just disappear with you when you die. It's literally it's just gone. Like, okay, yeah, there's this hardworking lady named Ethel that worked for 50 years, and but there's nothing there to remember when she's gone. Or yeah, John was the man back in the 1970s. He was the baddest, and and all the ladies wanted him. And then John got old and John died, and now John doesn't exist anymore on any level. And again, I'm not saying that's the most important thing in the world, but I am saying that these are variables that you might want to consider in the process, because wealth really is a relay race. And a lot of our job is to not drop the baton and to pass that baton. Sometimes we don't want to run with the baton. We want to run by ourselves, or we take the baton and we throw it in the mud and we tell our kids, well, I got it out the mud. You can get it out the mud too. There was a young lady who told me that her father felt like because he got it out of the mud, she's got to get it out of the mud. And I'm like, no, you don't take the baton and throw it in the damn mud and then tell your daughter, hey, get it out the mud like I did. No, you're supposed to keep the baton nice and clean, run as fast as you can, get her the lead in the race, and hand her that stick so she can run it home like Sha'Carri Richardson and get that gold medal. Our kids don't get gold medals because nobody's passing the baton, or we're dropping the baton, or we're throwing the baton in the mud, or they're not even in the race. If you remember, think about this. In the United States, in the Olympics, the U.S. men have the fastest dudes on the planet. We have the fastest human beings on the planet, but the U.S. men have not won the 4x100 meter relay for 20 years. They haven't even medaled for 20 years. How in the hell is it that you can have the fastest sprinters on earth and not medal for 20 years? That's insanity. That is crazy. And it is I'm telling you, there is a connection with the fact that these individuals, these guys are African American males. African American males, we're not really honestly trained to think about anything other than just how great I am. Look at me. I'm the man. I'm the best. I'm the champion. So I'm competitive with you rather than being collaborative with you. I talked to a rapper friend about that the other. I said, your whole hip hop culture, unfortunately, is all built on competition. I got to be the man. Yeah, I'm gonna beat, and I'm gonna be the man by outdoing you, by dominating you. But and it's very exhausting. It's tiring to have to compete with every guy that you meet. And instead of saying, okay, you know what, the same energy that I would have put into competing with you, I'm gonna put that same energy into collaborating with you so that we know who the real competitor is.